How's it going, everyone? Welcome. Good to see you all. I'm waiting on my friend Diego to join us. Talk a little bit today about men's work and why it's important. Thank you all for being here. Hope you're all having a great day. And Diego should be joining us in any moment. We're actually hosting a retreat together in October. Hey, Diego, what's going on, man?
Hey, brother. Good, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. Great to see you. Um, I was just telling everyone about the retreat in October. We've got it coming up October 13th through the 16th. We'll be in the Adirondack Mountains for 3 days. And I'm super excited for this experience, man. And I'm really hoping that other people get behind it because it's going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, bro. Definitely. I'm also very excited about this opportunity. And, seeing the invitation that we're experiencing here to expand, as men in these times of crisis that we're going through as humanity. So, yeah, I think this is it's a good time to reflect on what it means to be a man, what it means to be a conscious man in this time. We've been getting all these ideas and concepts about what masculinity is, and it's a time to redefine that, to become really honest in what it means to be a man, and to remember that as a group, because it's big part of that is the conversation of brotherhood in nature. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so we've been talking to men for a couple of weeks now, I would say maybe 2 months. And what we notice is that there's a definite need for men to slow down. I mean, all of us need to slow down, but a lot of men are working constantly around the clock. There's a lot of stress that builds up because of that. And a lot of the guys don't really think it's important for them to take this time to slow down. And it's important for us. It's important for our nervous system. It's important for us to take time to reflect every now and again. And how often do people take that time to disconnect and to connect with themselves, to recharge? Not a lot. There's not a lot of that going on. So we really want to stress the importance of taking this time away from your job, taking this time away from being in the city and going out to nature and reconnecting with Mother Nature, reconnecting with yourself. And like you were saying, cultivating this brotherhood because something else that a lot of guys that we tend to see with guys is that they tend to isolate. They tend to be that lone wolf, and that's not any way to grow. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but that's just been what I've been noticing from a lot of the guys that we've been talking to and having conversations with. What's been your experience so far with doing men's work?
Yeah, bro. I think that's a very important part of the conversation. Like, slowing down, and because slowing down, it's something that we could see in our brain happening. We know that when we are in stress mode, in emergency mode, we are in what we call the high beta waves in our brain, which is just simply means that we are in high levels of stress. This is what some tribes call the mitote, which is just like, imagine, a music band where every musician is playing a different, song. So all these different musicians playing different songs. That's chaotic. That's what happens in your brain, in our brain, when we are in high beta waves. That's when we are in a high levels of stress. And a lot of men are used to be there. I used to live there and to stay there and make their decision from that place of chaos. And we're so used to live in this society with this level of stress that we think is normal to live there. I think it's that's where everybody's doing. But it's definitely not healthy to live in that place. And some men might think like, yeah, but I have to do it, for my family. I have to do it to make money. I have to do it to make a living. I have to do it to achieve my dreams. And the conversation and the invitation that we're bringing to men here is like, see that that's not true. Realize how that is BS. That's just belief system. So it's just an idea that we have put it in ourselves. But the truth is that when we are in that place, our clarity gets affected, because when we are in high levels of stress, our brain is just sending us the worst case scenario. It's just allowing us to activate these type of thoughts. Depending on our emotional state, we activate this quality of thinking. When we are in high level of stress, our thoughts are the worst case scenario. Why the worst case scenario? Because if we experience something less than that, we have possibilities to survive. Because stress is just a strategy for that nature created for our survival. So if you are this critical mind, critical voice so strong in society, and so the other possibility, it's slowing down. What happens when we slow down? Well, that our brain waves also slow down. So we come from beta waves, high beta waves, to medium, in low beta waves, to alpha beta waves, and to theta beta waves. When to theta waves, when we are in those waves, when we reduce our speed, when we slow down, simply we create different chemicals in our brain. We build space for the connection with a greater intelligence. And this is not just spiritual stuff, which it is, and we're at peace with that. We're allowing, when we slow down, we connect with this higher intelligence. That's very simple. But then scientists also talk about this possibility, and some of the greatest minds in the world, like Edison, they knew this. And for instance, Edison used to go out of his creativity. Why? Because when you connect with nature, when you connect with the present moment, your brainwaves slow down. And then you allow for this new fresh thought to arise. Great ideas. You see things with different eyes. So your reality changes. All these different problems that you saw, all of a sudden, oh man, it's so simple. I see it this and that way. And even people like Edison were able to create these amazing things. Edison also had this habit. He used to sleep with an iron ball in his hand, and the reason why is because when he was falling asleep, the ball fall down, and he was just awakened by that sound. And he was awakened when he was in alpha or theta waves, which is the state of great creativity. You're in connection with your unconscious mind. In those moments, you see all these possibilities that when you are in high beta waves, you don't see. You're very limited. You're in scarcity when you're in that place. But when you open your awareness to see all these different possibilities, you can create anything you want. So that's the importance of slowing down. Slowing down, it's actually the access to abundance. It's actually the access to clarity in your relationships, in your businesses, and your health. Because when you are in high beta waves constantly, you're creating illness in your body. The first cause of illness in humanity, in men nowadays, is high levels of stress. That's what it is. And the very simple way to heal that is just training ourselves to slow down. And that's what we're going to be doing in this retreat. We're going to connect as brothers to slow down with the great support of nature. Just by being in nature, that happens naturally. If you stay, a couple days in nature, you're going to see how naturally you start to reconnect with the times of nature. And in nature, everything is going to that, calm pace. It's if you see someone like running fast, it's maybe because they are in survival mode. Maybe they're hunting or they're running from a predator. But if that's not the case, you see this natural flow. Everything flows like that. And so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be reconnecting with nature, with these, you know, powerful cycles of nature, so we can just heal ourselves and build some more clarity in our journey.
It's very well said. And I hope that, there's people here who, if they want to share their experience of being out in nature and what it's like for them to slow down and access those brain waves where there can be creativity, if anyone wants to share, if anyone wants to ask us any questions during our talk, our conversation, please feel free to join us. Please feel free to chime in. And another thing another reason or another intention that we have for this retreat, this Eagle and Condor retreat on October 13th through the 16th, is also to build a community, to build a place where men can come together and gather and share. And that's something that, I mean, just speaking for myself personally, I don't really see a lot of. There's a few exceptions here and there, but there's not really a lot of places where men can go to talk and to vent and to connect with other men. And I don't know about you, but the women are tired of doing the work. I've heard this a lot from women, that there's a lot of women in these healing circles and these ceremonies, and it just comes more naturally for them to share and to bond and to connect, and the men are not doing the work. So this is also a call to action to men to go out and to step out of their comfort zone and to meet those shadows, to meet those aspects of themselves that maybe are unconscious. And the way that we're going to be doing that is, one, we're creating the space for people to come together, and two, we have family constellations with Diego, we have Temascal ceremonies, we have yoga and breath work, hiking, all the experiences that we're going to be curating throughout these 3 days that we're going to be there in the Adirondack Mountains are going to allow us to not just connect with other people, but also to connect with ourselves, to connect with those unconscious patterns that we have within ourselves, and to resurface as that positive male archetype, that healthy masculine that is not really that prevalent right now in the world, unfortunately. And it's causing a lot of the chaos and a lot of the crisis that we see in our days and times. How can family constellations, how can a temazcal, how can all of the processes that we're going to be doing during this retreat help men uncover those unconscious parts of themselves that are causing them to show up in ways that are less than ideal?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. And yeah, definitely, that's what we see a lot is this immature masculine energy, ruling the world, and there's a lot of confusion about what masculine energy is. First of all, we know that masculine and feminine energy, it's something that, regardless of your gender, you carry. I mean, if you're a woman, if you're a man, you have masculine and feminine energy. And a lot of times I see people relating, violence to masculine energy. That he's too masculine. He has too much masculine energy. And it's interesting, for instance, how I see this not being the case in family constellations. So, for instance, a few days ago we had this family constellation, and it was a woman, and she was telling me, I want to heal my feminine energy because I have too much masculine energy. I'm like, okay, let me see, let's see what happens there. In family constellation, we see what life is showing us. We have some representatives. So we have other people. In this case, we're going to have other men representing the different elements of the situation that we want to see. So if I want to see, the masculine energy in my family tree, we could see that. Let's see, the masculine energy in relationship with my parents, with my grandparents, grandparents, and we're gonna see information about that. And that's what we did with this person. And what we saw actually was that it was a very weak masculine energy in her family. That's why she was experiencing these situations of violence. So it's important to understand that when there's no masculine energy, like mature masculine energy, then we have these two polarities. One of them, which is the people only, most people only know about this, which is, having men that are very weak in they don't, they lack decision. They don't, it's hard for them to step up. It's hard for them to speak up. It's hard for them to, to be themselves, to show themselves in the world, to just go through, have direction, have purpose. That's one of the polarities. But then we have the other polarity, which is rooted in the same weak masculine energy. Because weak masculine energy is what we call immature masculine energy, which is based on insecurity. That insecurity, it could create this polarity or this other polarity, which is, I'm defensive. I'm violent. I'm gonna try to dominate others, and that is not mature masculine energy. That is the same weak masculine energy, just being reflected in a different polarity. So that's something that I see a lot of times. So then what we did with this person was that we brought harmony to her lineage. We saw that something happened with when one of her ancestors that was very abused, and after that there was this block with masculine energy. So we healed that, and all of a sudden we start all to feel this fire, this intense fire, which is the masculine energy, and she starts feeling this. I've seen people activating their masculine energy, starting to sweat and feeling this intensity. Sometimes people call anxiety masculine energy. Sometimes people call stress masculine energy, because this is this energy of life, of creation, this fire that it's important to reconnect with, so we can hold it and being able to stay present and grounded in our life. So family constellations help us in that way. Also, sweat lodges are the fire. We call this fire. We train ourselves to be in this high temperature of fire, and that helps us in many ways. First of all, it helps us to release all the toxins in our body, in our mind, in our emotions, and then it also train our minds to relate different to stress. To not react and run away from the fire, but being able to breathe and hold and stay present in challenges, in situations of stress, so we can respond in a conscious way to it. So, those are just, two examples of it. I don't know if you want to share more about the differences between the masculine, the mature and the immature masculine energy, Luis. What can you share about that?
Well, I also wanted to piggyback of what you said in regards to the processes that we're going to be going through during the retreat, because we're here to, like you said earlier, connect with nature, to take some time off from this from being, I would say we're more disconnected in the world than we are when we go to nature. When we go to nature, we're more connected. We feel like we get this false sense of being connected because we have our phone and we have our computers and our laptops, and we have everything at our fingertips, but that's actually making us more disconnected. Disconnected from what? Disconnected from who? Disconnected from ourselves, disconnected from people. I mean, how often do you go to a restaurant and you see a bunch of people on their cell phones, not even having a conversation? There's people right in front of you, but instead you have your head down looking at your phone. I see it all the time. I do it too. I've been there before. I'm not judging anyone. It's something that I do too. But it's becoming more acceptable. And so seeing those unconscious patterns, seeing those things that we do on a day-to-day basis, by changing our perspective, by going somewhere new, by going somewhere different, by being around different people, by doing all these processes, is why we're doing, one of the biggest reasons why we're doing this retreat for men. And for me personally, yoga has been a big part of that. The breath
Mm.
work that I do has been a
Hmm.
big part of that. So I'm going to be sharing yoga, I'm going to be sharing
Yes.
meditation, holotropic breathing, and all of those things are going to help us connect with both the feminine and masculine energies that we have
Yes.
inside of us, and also to uncover those unconscious patterns and beliefs that we have about ourselves so that we can have a release, because you can't heal anyone. Only person you can heal is yourself. So I want to let everyone know, I want to make that clear, that Diego and I are not there to heal you. We're not there to heal you. The only person that can heal you is yourself. If you really want to heal, if you're really ready for the work, and if you are, please send us a message, DM us, let us know that you want to come out to the Adirondack Mountains for a couple of days and a couple of nights, sit around the fire, go hiking, connect with other brothers, other like-minded individuals, go through these processes that may or may not be challenging for you. And I guarantee that if you do go through them, that there's going to be change on the other side of that. So if you're ready for that change, if you're ready to step up, if you're ready to show up as a new man for your family, your friends, and your community, the Eagle and Condor retreat is right around the corner. We're actually 10 days away today, and we still have a few spots left. So we would love to invite any man that is at least curious about it to set up a call with Diego or myself, or the both of us, so we can tell you more about this once in a lifetime experience. Um, Another thing that we're covering is housing. We're going to be staying in cabins, heated cabins
Mm.
out in the mountains. We're going to have food catered to us. I mean, this is a really nice experience. If you haven't taken a vacation in a while, if you're feeling drained, your batteries are low, take this time for yourself. Take this time to slow down, to have someone else cook for you, to think about those things, and to just rest your head somewhere else, somewhere new. Smell the fresh air out there, reconnect to nature, reconnect to yourself, and that is connecting with the feminine. Nature is feminine. Nature is the feminine. So that is connecting with the feminine. And I feel like our society is on overdrive masculine. You know, you're talking about those two polarities, the one side that's the indecisive masculine, and the one side that's like, I gotta do, I gotta produce, I gotta hustle, I gotta grind. I mean, how often do we hear that in our dialogues with other people? And I think that everyone is on overdrive right now, and the masculine is definitely the misaligned masculine is what is pervading all of our society right now, unfortunately. And we want to restore that balance. We want to bring it back to balance. We want to bring it back to harmony. And that's one of my biggest and one of our biggest intentions for this retreat.
Hmm.
So
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
it's all there. It's laid out for you guys. Diego and I have done all the thinking. We have the retreat center booked, ready to go. We've got the caters ready. We have the workshops that we're going to be providing there. We have 5 people that are viewing us right now. I'm curious if anyone wants to add anything. Does anyone want to drop in, add any comments? We would love to hear from you guys. We'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to answer any questions that you have about what we shared so far in regards to men's work. Diego and I actually met at a men's retreat a couple months ago, and I knew right away, man, I wanted to work with you. So this, just personally speaking, this is a really a dream come true for me. So
Yeah.
if anyone wants to share anything, anyone wants to add, we'd love to hear from you guys. And we do have someone, Renan, who said backpacking out in the mountains, spot on. So we already have some people already out there.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's something that I also feel like sharing is that this is also a great opportunity if you're going through a transition in your life, if you're going through a challenge in your life, which, at these times, like probably all of us, are going through different transitions and challenges. But this is a container for that, to be integrated. Sometimes we also carry what we call like cognitive baggage, like you have all these processes that you haven't really had the time to clarify, and it's like a noise that is always there. So it's a great space to have that time to release that, clarify that, and yes, and reconnect with your true self, and choose who you want to be in this new time. Because when you're going through a transformation, something in you is dying and something new is being born. So you can consciously choose, what is that part of you that you want to grow in this moment of transformation. But that requires that you really take a time and allow nature to release whatever needs to be released, and allow nature to connect with the energy of what's inviting you to create in life. So was something that I think is very important to remember for us as well.
Yeah, I just got back from the California desert. I was there for 4 days, and I was there to serve. I was there to facilitate yoga and different workshops, and I received so many benefits from just being there, for being out in nature. I got there a day early, and I spent a lot of time just with myself. And we will have time. We will have downtime. So if people are wondering if we're going to be on the clock 24/7, because there's some retreats out there that are like that. That's not going to be the case with ours. We're going to definitely have some downtime for people to reflect, to journal, to spend time by themselves. And then we also have an additional day. If people want to pay a little bit extra, you have an additional day that you can stay with us and you can get a one-on-one coaching session with Diego, and you can have time to meander and walk around the property and go for an extra hike or two. And it's just a great way to integrate the entire experience that we're going to be having from the 13th of October to the 16th of October. I mean, we've got it all. We've
Yeah,
got it all, you guys. Like, this is a perfect retreat for men who want to take time to unplug from their devices, to connect with themselves, spend time in nature, be in brotherhood with other men. Oh, bad connection. Yeah, sorry about that. Can you hear me, Will?
I hear you. I hear you, and I see you.
Okay. Okay, good. So as I was saying, this is an opportunity for guys to just get out there, get out there and reconnect with themselves, reconnect with the feminine and masculine aspects of themselves and create a brotherhood. We're also going to have a group that we're going to be forming as a result of this. This is not going to be the first time that we do this. So little by little, we're going to start to create a community around the Eagle and Condor retreat, and we'll have men all over the world one day. And that's the vision to spread this and take this globally, and to create a real strong foundation, a real strong group of men and a community of men that can connect with one another throughout the rest of their life, really.
Yeah, yeah. This is the time. So yeah, we're here. We're here, and yeah, that's the invitation. So wonderful, man. That's I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this to happen. It's gonna be wonderful experience of integration and growth. So I'm really happy about this possibility.
Absolutely. So again, if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to Diego or myself. You can also go on my link tree. I have the link to the retreat. You see the itinerary there, the call to action. Just go there on my link tree. It's on my homepage. Eagle and Condor Retreat, October 13th through the 16th. There's a couple of women who have joined us as well. We want to say thank you for joining us, even though the title of this Instagram Live is Men's Work. I know that there's when men heal, women heal. When women heal, men heal. When I heal, you heal. We all heal together.
Yeah,
So, women who are watching this right now, if you have any men in your life that you would think that can benefit from this experience, from going out in nature with us, from doing this experience, let them know about the retreat. We'd love to hear from them as well.
hmm yes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Diego. Thank you for your time, brother, and thank you all of you who've joined us. If you have any questions, Diego and I are gonna be on for a few more minutes, and if not, we'll just cut the transmission and we'll wait for any questions to come through. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thank you for that compliment.
Was that I couldn't read it.
It says you guys are awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right. So, Diego, I will talk to you soon, brother. Thank you again to everyone who joined us today. And again, you can go on my link tree, click on the link tree. You're going to see the link to the retreat. You'll see the itinerary. And we hope to see you guys in the Adirondack Mountains on October 13th through the 16th. Hope to see you there.
Yes. Thank you very much, everyone. Remember to slow down so you can see with clarity this next step and the invitations that life is giving you at this moment. Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Diego. Take care, everyone.
Aho, man.
Bye.
Yes.